Good morning, everyone, and thank you for stopping by Thriving and Beyond today. My name's Leslie. In the series, The Lens of Distortion, I wanted to bring today the topic of the fantasy life that the narcissist builds up in their own mind. I had previously done a video regarding the fantasy self that the narcissist builds and creates, typically very early on in childhood, as an overcompensation for the deep level of shame that they feel. Most times, there are times when an over enabling parent relationship where the child is not held accountable for actions is really treated as a special little queen or king that deserves everything all the time without any repercussions for their bad behavior. That can also be a contributing factor. So if you're interested in either the fantasy self of the narcissist or the fantasy partner of the narcissist, please check out those videos. Today, we're going to be talking about the fantasy life of a narcissist. And to start, I really want us all to, if you will, just close your eyes for a minute and think about a magical, fantastical place, a land. Are you peeking? No peeking. Close your eyes. No, I'm totally kidding. Leave your eyes open if you want. Visualization is, however, a very powerful strategy to use when we are trying to come to a deeper understanding about something, or even for goal setting. Visualizing is quite a powerful strategy. So anyway, if you are closing your eyes, or even if you're not, please picture a magical, fantastical land where every desire you have, every want, every need is catered to by anybody and everybody. And not only are your needs and wants and desires catered to, it happens quick. There's no waiting. Everybody is at your beck and call, no matter who they are, whether it's at work, maybe a family member, maybe your friends, an intimate partner. Imagine a fantastical land where people just serve you. You want something? Boom, here it is. You need something? Boom, here it is. You don't even have to ask for it because people already know ahead of time what you want, what you desire, what your needs are. In reality, however, we know this is not possible. We know this is not reality. However, the narcissist in his or her mind has created a fantasy life of total power and control over others in such a way that their every need and every desire and every want is already taken care of without any type of backtalk or confrontation or criticism. It is just done immediately because the narcissist wants it. The way I think of the people in the narcissist's lives who do make this happen, and there are those that make this happen, we often call them minions or flying monkeys or enablers. The narcissist likely has many enablers or flying monkeys in their life somewhere on some level. These enablers do not hold the narcissist accountable and feed into the fantasy of that perfect life of having every need and want and desire catered to immediately. The enablers likely have something to gain themselves, and that's a whole other topic for another day. But the narcissist does believe that everybody in their life should be serving them, regardless, no matter what day it is, what night it is, what else might be going on for the person involved. None of that matters because the narcissist's fantasy life through this lens of distortion is that nobody else matters. Their needs don't matter. Their wants don't matter. And in that, and through that lens of distortion, the narcissist expects that level of servitude and catering to every day from everyone. We know what we pictured was only a fantasy. It is not possible to live a life like that. And in fact, many of us wouldn't want to, because that would take away the giving and taking and reciprocity and mutuality and building up another person and sharing and caring and loving and being connected to another person. The normal outlook, the normal healthy relationship perspective is one of give and take, of building each other up, uplifting each other, taking care of each other, being there for each other mutually. The narcissist, through their lens of distortion, has no need and does not feel any benefit whatsoever about having anything be mutual. There is no reciprocity, because that doesn't serve the narcissist and certainly doesn't fit into their lens of distortion. Part of this lens of distortion and the fantasy life is that the narcissist truly believes they are above any obligation to fall into humanistic behavior toward others. There is no moral obligation to uphold the boundaries of other people or to fall in line what we may feel and recognize as the social mores of decent human behavior. Unfortunately, and this is so hard because it falls outside of what we consider typical and normal, and we ourselves cannot relate to someone who truly disregards the needs of other people. But the narcissist, through the lens of distortion, has no moral feeling or obligation or draw or pull to treat others well. It just doesn't exist. And along with this is their conception of themselves through the lens of distortion of being so powerful and so superior that even the laws of the land don't apply. They are above it. In their fantasy life, they are not held accountable. And unfortunately, much of the time in reality, they are not held accountable. But certainly in their fantasy life, no one would ever consider bringing up a criticism or bringing up a correction, because the narcissist is, in their own mind, of course, built up that fantasy person, and along with it, the fantasy life that we all must adhere to. One of the reasons this just leads to a disaster of a relationship is that human beings are fallible. We have emotions. We have deep emotions, many of us. We have needs. We have wants. And unfortunately, some of the time, we may put those aside for the needs of others in our lives. But as we go through this path of recovery and healing, we do learn how to take better care of ourselves. We do learn how to set boundaries. These things don't serve the narcissist, and the victim will be punished. We know that human beings are precious treasures to be cared for, cared about, uplifted, encouraged, supported, all of those wonderful things. However, the narcissist demands that they are 100% of the time the only one having their needs and wants met. This lens of distortion in the creation of the fantasy life in an environment, if we are living with a narcissist, working with a narcissist, we have one in the family, even a friend, this level of the distortion through which the narcissist lives wreaks havoc on anyone in their space. I really think that when we consider the fantasy concept, the fantasy self, the fantasy partner, and the fantasy life of the narcissist, we truly can understand and bring a level of clarity that allows the victim or the associated party to understand that this permanent, by and large, filter, this lens of distortion, only creates and wreaks havoc for the victim. The narcissist travels through life seemingly unscathed by their bad behavior. There are exceptions, of course, but by and large, the victim or the chosen victims of the narcissist are the only ones that live this bizarre alternate reality that the narcissist has created. So, by and large, the narcissist can move through life living almost a double or even triple life. And that is so scary to anyone who works so hard to live authentically. But the narcissist doesn't care, of course, as long as their power, control, superiority needs, their wants, their desires are handled immediately by anybody. And it just won't work, friends. I'm just beside myself with the knowledge that some of you are living in this environment, and I know how hurtful it is. Please let these videos about the lens of distortion bring clarity to you and understanding that you can find strategies to navigate while you are still there. Gray rock strategies of communication. Do some research. Take the time for yourself. Keep your self-care at the top. I do wish you all just a great day. Take some time for yourself. Understand that these lenses of distortion, by and large, are permanent. There is nothing we can do. We cannot live them better, and we certainly cannot continue sacrificing ourselves for the benefit of somebody who is so disordered. So for now, I'm going to close. Please take care. Give this some thought. Please give this video a thumbs up if you learned something or even think that it's helpful in some way. I appreciate you. Please stay the course. Have faith in this journey. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.